Well, Elizabeth May and Jonathan Pedneault join us now. Congratulations to the two of you, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Mr. Pedneault, I'm going to ask you to start us off here because you're not quite yet a co-leader, but that is the hope. Just how exactly would you see a co-leadership working down the road?
Well, exactly in the same way that Elizabeth and I have been campaigning. We are a team. We are committed to making sure that the party works well, not only for members, but also for Canadians, and that we project a strong voice and the strong policies of our members. Elizabeth and I are very complementary. We have two different backgrounds. I've been spending 14 years working as a journalist and a human rights investigator. Elizabeth has been in Parliament for so many years. I have a lot to learn from her. I have some experience that I want to share with her as well, and with our amazing colleague, Mike Morris, who is doing fantastic work in the House. And we are here to serve, and we look forward to meeting Greens and Canadians throughout the country in the run-up to the next federal election.
Okay, so complimentary, but Ms. May, I do wonder about your own plans of how you are going to move forward, because of course you did step down before, only to come back to helm the ship once again. Will you be playing more of a background role if a co-leadership is actually approved?
Well, right now we are really operating as a team, as co-leaders, even though the titles have yet to change. Jonathan is deputy leader of the Green Party of Canada. We have two deputies, and we are going to work together, asking the membership. It's always up to the membership in this party whether they approve the idea of formally changing the way the Green Party functions from a single leader to co-leaders. And it's not that common for Canadians to hear about co-leadership, but it's very common for Greens. The co-leaders of the German Greens are now cabinet members in the German government, same in New Zealand, cabinet ministers there, in Scotland, and also around the world. Greens serving in government as co-leaders is very familiar territory for us. So what I'm going to be doing is not a background role, but we are job sharing, and I'm the one of the two of us who's in Parliament. So I have to be very much in the foreground of parliamentary debate. I have to make a real difference to get the current government, the Liberal NDP Confidence Supply Agreement, gives the Liberals a free ride till 2025, which is actually a dangerous year. It's already at the point where if we don't get a significant change in the degree of ambition of this government, we will see the window close on the most livable outcomes for climate action, and we will slide to an increasingly dangerous, as the UN Secretary General says, we're on a highway to climate hell, foot on the accelerator. So I guess in job description, my job is to get this government to get its foot off the accelerator and start changing course so that we can have a livable world. And my dear colleague and wonderful partner, Jonathan Pedneault, is going to be relatively more focused on internal party rebuilding, fortifying our operations, and making sure we're on a solid financial footing well before the next election.
Okay, let me jump in there because, Ms. May, you do reference the fact that you, between the two of you, is the only one with a seat in Parliament right now. There is a by-election in Mississauga, Ontario next month. Mr. Pedneault, you're not running in that by-election. So when will you seek a seat in the House of Commons? What will you be doing until then?
I'll be seeking a seat in the next election in Quebec. So right now, my priority really is to make sure that we have a solid and engaged membership, that we have an ability to carry our message and our policies to the widest amount of Canadians from different walks and paths of life. And I'll really be focused on that and making sure that we have a team that's ready to run in the next election. That really is a priority.
Okay, well, that said, Canadians are well aware that the Greens have been beset by some internal divisions. In fact, your predecessor, Annamie Paul, she blamed racism and misogyny for the lack of support, if not backstabbing, that she felt she suffered from the party. Mr. Pedneault, are you at all worried about facing potential bigotry from within?
Politics is difficult. There's a lot of racism throughout Canadian society. I'm fully prepared to face it where I encounter it, whether it's inside the party or outside. I'm especially very much committed to making sure that this party is a safe environment for all the amazing volunteers, all the amazing staff that we have. and we will be leading by example, both Elizabeth and I. But we're ready to meet the challenge. And quite honestly, I've been traveling throughout the country throughout this race. I've met an incredible amount of wonderful Green members, and I've not had the same experiences that Mrs. Paul referred to. I'm very sorry for the experience that she went through. I think people learn, people change. The party has gone through a lot of internal work. There's been our former leader has done an amazing job at meeting with members, at making sure that we're all on the same page. And so we're starting off with a fresh page, and we're excited for the coming years as we rebuild this party and are certain to present a confident and happy face to the Canadian public.
Can I just clarify?
Yeah, very quickly.
That, Michael, just a little bit. My predecessor is Dr. Amita Kuttner, who is the first trans leader of any federal political party, and they've done an amazing job. And as Jonathan just said, have been touring the country. We are more unified, more positive, and we've built a real team, even in the leadership race. The other contenders for leadership are terrific, and we want to keep working together to get all of us elected to Parliament.
Mrs. May, thank you for that. Really appreciate the time today. Mr. Pedneault, again, thank you to you as well, and congratulations to the both of you for winning your leadership race.
Thank you.
Thank you.